God bless the USA. Oh my God, he's the national anthem.
The horribly and unfairly treated January 6th hostages.
Oh, say, can you see?
30 seconds.
I'll let you know when he starts eating.
Found an attachment.
I pledge allegiance
10 seconds.
to the flag of the United States of America.
I told you it's rally day. That's what I mean. Oh shit. Got a snipe. Don't not get fucking hit, Marvin.
Armored target. Moving on your position.
Oh shit.
I've got you. Oh wait.
Damn.
Not done fighting yet.
Reloading. 30 seconds.
One sniper.
Got an attachment here.
10 seconds.
Now he's gonna start speaking.
Heads up, Juggernaut's incoming. Enemy infantry, moving on your position.
Snipers in the area. Hunt them down.
Did you see the
Armored target. Moving on your position.
We're going to work with the people to in my opinion. I just want to thank you, and I want to say a special hello to Dayton, because Dayton turned out to be a big victory for Trump, and that was big for all of us.
Yes, sir.
And I'm thrilled to be back to the proud, hard-working patriots. With the state of Ohio, I won this state, and you won this state. But before going any further, I want to express our love for everyone touched by the terrible tornadoes that hit your state. They really hit it hard.
The tornadoes hit Ohio.
The families that lost a home or loved ones, and it's very, very serious situation going on right now. So
yes, sir.
We are all praying for them. And I know everybody here, this is a very big crowd, I know everybody here feels the same way, as you know.
Suicide bombers closing fast.
Oh shit, got a
Something
snipe.
very important is we see people in trouble.
Oh shit.
We're going to help people in trouble. Right now our country's in trouble.
Damn, I'm doing
And we're going to help our country that's in trouble. We're going to make it great again. We're going to do it very fast. So, as you know, this has been an incredible week for our campaign. Unbelievable week. And people, we want Georgia, Hawaii, Mississippi, and Washington. Numbers, by the way. Something's going on here. Nobody's ever seen numbers like this. You know what it is? They see how bad these people are that are destroying our country. That's what it is. And that's in my opinion, what it really is.
True.
And, we clinched a thing called the Republican nomination for president of the United States.
Thank you, Trump.
30 seconds.
And to all Republicans, independents, and disillusioned Democrats, of which there are many, I invite you to join our movement to save our country. We're going to save our country. This is the greatest movement in the history of our country.
I'm with you all the way, bro. What the fuck?
That, in 2016, one of the biggest issues was the
10
border.
seconds.
Y'all with them?
One of the border.
Found something here.
Reloading.
What'd you say?
Enemy helo on approach.
Biden.
Enemies inbound.
I'm taking fire.
Too much gunfire, bro. I can barely do shit.
Enemy close.
God.
Armored enemies inbound.
We moved very quickly. We got very tough in the end. That means we have the longest wait ever. Months is a long time, a little more than 7 months is like an eternity when you have people that are incompetent running the country into the ground. But if we could, we're going to take that victory and we're going to add to it with Bernie Moreno, who's a fantastic guy. Bernie is a fantastic guy. He's getting some very tough Democrat fake treatment right now. And we're not going to stand for it because I know this man, we all know this man. He's a hero, he's a winner. And we're not going to let these people are sick between Russia for 2 years, and
No way.
Ukraine,
Hey, no way.
intelligence agents. I want one after another. One would stop and then they'd lie again. And
Who else?
10 seconds.
You gonna vote for Trump at the primaries? You voted for Trump? Well, are you independent? Oh, true.
Enemy infantry closing in. Snipers active. Be advised.
Do
Спасибо.
bombers.
Upper target. Moving on your position.
Reloading.
30 seconds.
Hold on. Yes, sir.
Attachment here.
Seconds.
his incompetence is the #1 reason. Also, he uses the Justice Department, the FBI, to go after his political opponent.
Light infantry.
How are we doing? And he's driven my...
Almost enemies inbound.
2 more times. This is not going to come to motor tanks,
Almost out.
Somebody sit there and
Armor target, moving in your position.
Discuss that. You know the nice thing we have? You know, it's good when you don't have to use a teleprompter, because I can't read a word.
Changing
What the
mag.
hell I'm doing up here, Bertie? These suckers are
30
moving.
seconds.
My guys did a great job in planting them solidly. Thank goodness. We can do a non-teleprompter speech. It's actually much better. They're moving around. I'm trying to go.
10 seconds.
No, we don't need them. Isn't it nice to have a president who doesn't need a teleprompter? These suckers are moving around. Great job, fellas. I appreciate it.
Sniper activity. Get to cover.
We're going to take back the Senate. We're going
Armor
to win
target,
Ohio.
moving in your position.
November. We're going to win.
Yes, sir.
Armor target, moving in your position.
We're up 20 points in Ohio.
Your guts.
So look at Cookie Joe Biden. You're fired. Get out of here.
Armor target, moving in your position.
Yes, sir.
Armor target, moving in your position.
He's a terrible president. There's never been a He doesn't know what he's doing, can't walk off the stage, can't put two sentences together. He's a disaster for our country. You know, I say it a lot. I used to say 5 words presidents, right? Now I say, if you took, and I say it, and I think I could go up If you took the 10 worst presidents in the history of our country, put them together, they will not have done the damage to our country as this incompetent, crooked guy has done to our country.
Got an attachment here.
And that's what he is.
You heard?
You know, to be honest, I treated him with more
Got an attachment
respect.
10 seconds.
Now, I don't treat him with respect because he did this weaponization thing with the DOJ and the FBI. They raided my house. And once he did that, I said, well, I guess that game is over.
Enemy infantry closing in.
Nobody thought it was possible.
True.
In fact, even the lunatics over at CNN and MSDNC, they would say, well,
Armor target, moving in your position. Armor target, moving in your position.
They don't indict the guy who made the election crooked. People that want to have honest elections get themselves in trouble because these people are sick in Washington, and we're going to change it around fast. I'll tell you right now.
Yo.
But among my very
I'm not here, bro.
on taking office, the people the invasion of our country has been Joe Biden's illegal aliens.
Yo. Yo.
Changing. Very kind.
What's up,
30
bro?
seconds.
Calling me. Hell yeah.
You're up, man.
Yeah.
10 seconds. Enemy helo on approach. Side bomber inbound.
Armor target, moving in your position.
66%.
Wow. We got rock here.
One fight. Here is your chance. Grazie mille.
I'm lagging.
We have the heavyweights.
Molotov.
The
Out.
whole group.
30
Wow,
seconds.
that's exciting.
I'm okay. Go.
Now, Jim Jim doesn't mind the fact that they sent us all that murders. He's very loyal, you know that, isn't he?
Yeah.
No, you know what? I'm looking at Jay. I'm looking at these guys. They're like seething. They're like seething. They're so angry. Look at it. All over the world.
10 seconds.
More people. You don't know many of the leaders. I
Well,
get to know very well. Smart. They're tough. They're street fighters. You know, we have a man that can't talk.
Come on.
Can't even talk.
Armored
Doesn't know
enemies
where the
inbound.
hell he is. He can't find his way off the stage back here. So this is tough because we only have
Armor
four.
target.
We
Moving on
only
your
have 4
position.
stairs. And a long ramp. So this one I can understand. But he can't find his way off the stage. Can't work it. And he's in trouble. Dealing with Putin and Xi and Kim Jong-un in North Korea. The whole thing is crazy. It's crazy. But when these guys look exactly, when these guys hear the stories about Russia, they know one of the worst of all. And this is all over the world. They're sending from all over the world, not just South America, Latin America. They're sending it from Asia. Wow. They're sending it from Africa, the Congo. The Congo? 22 people arrived from the Congo. Now the Congo is a very nice place out
The
there.
Congo?
But they arrived from the Congo. And they came from prison. Where are you from in the Congo? What's your address? Prison. Now these are rough people. They're coming from Africa. They're coming from Asia. They're coming from...
To the southern border.
They're coming from Yemen. All over the place from Yemen. I thought we were bombing Yemen. Here we go with the bombing
10
again.
seconds.
You could solve that whole problem with a phone call if they respected you. They have no respect for this guy. They have no respect for much.
Snipers in the area. Hunt them
Prime
down.
Minister of Hungary, very tough man, probably the toughest guy there is, frankly.
Armored
Toughest
enemies
in Europe.
inbound.
A lot of people don't like him because he's tough. He says, I don't want to have criminals in my country. That's
Armored
okay
enemies
with you.
inbound.
The answer is what's going on with the world? What's happening? 3 weeks ago,
Armor target. Moving on your position.
Ukraine wouldn't have been attacked. They wouldn't be fighting with them right now. Russia wouldn't have attacked them for a lot of reasons. Number one, I said they did. And number two, the oil prices were too low for them to do it. October 7th, Israel would have never been attacked.
30
Iran
seconds.
was broke.
Yep.
I say it respectfully. Iran was broke. They had no money because they weren't allowed to sell oil. I told China, if you buy 1 barrel of oil from...
What do you say, Swell?
10 seconds.
$1 from China. No other president took in 10 cents from China. Took in
That ass.
Suicide bombers closing fast.
Oh shit.
Armored enemies inbound. Armored enemies inbound.
The same thing.
Got a right, shit. Got enough. Oh, I got him. Ceasefire. I got him.
Radical left says it.
30
You have to
seconds.
vote against him because did you hear what he said about humanity and these
I got my right shield. I'm willing to defend y'all, man.
animals? We have to stop.
Stay back when the suicide bombers come. That's the plan here.
Changing mag.
I can block them with this. I won't be able to get hurt.
They're sending
10
their
seconds.
prisoners to see us. And they're bringing them right to the border. And they're dropping them off, and we're allowing them to come in. And these are tougher than anybody we've got.
How the hell these people come from
Armored
the
enemies
Congo?
inbound.
We've got hundreds of thousands of them.
That's crazy.
Armored enemies inbound. Armored enemies inbound. Armored enemies inbound.
He's incompetent and crooked. All this, that one.
It was indeed.
We got more votes than any sitting president in history, but we lost. I was told that we got 63 million votes. We couldn't lose by Fabrizio, great pollster. John McLaughlin, great pollster. Sir, if you get 63 million, you cannot. We got 75. We got much more than that. We got. They report. 75. Not 63, 75. We lost our whisker, just a whisker. You know, with their mail-in ballot hoaxes.
The mail-in
ballot. Go quickly. Paper ballots, voter ID, and one-day voting. Or you're not going to have.
Enemy helo incoming.
Not going to have any.
I'm in the area. Hunt them down.
I met with a family of 22-year-old
Armored target. Moving in your position. Armored enemies inbound.
Joe Biden's program of would be alive today if Biden had shot and released his savage attack on America. That's
30 seconds.
But instead of apologizing to Lincoln's family, he apologized to the killer for calling him illegal. I shouldn't have done that.
Damn!
I'm so sorry.
That's crazy! Oh my god!
I'm so sorry. I'd like to apologize to the killer.
That's crazy. Biden doesn't want to apologize to Lincoln Riley's family.
Name right.
Lincoln Riley's family. Biden didn't want to apologize.
Reloading.
He should have? He apologized to the murderer though. That's crazy.
Armored target. Moving in your position.
Wow.
Armored target. Moving in your position.
That's crazy. That's so disrespectful, yo. But that's what. I know what. You know Lincoln Riley, right? That's crazy.
Back to the fight.
Yeah, it does. Oh my god. Got him.
We've never seen what's happening
30 seconds.
right now. They're destroying and ruining our country. The Republican Party, we believe that Lincoln's killer is an illegal alien criminal.
Yeah.
He's an illegal monster. He
Oh,
should
that kid
never
was
have
shot.
been in our country, and he would have never been in our country.
10
Never
seconds.
ever would he have been in our
I don't
country.
forget
There's a sidecock here if you want to use it. You want to use my pistol?
Moving here.
We didn't welcome them, and they knew it. You know.
Armored enemies inbound. Armored target. Moving in
You
your
got my
position.
pistol? Pistol right here.
Moving in your position.
It's automatic.
It's about our border. It's about the people we have coming in. And don't be surprised when bad things happen. Good bad things happen. And we're going to get about that. We're going to deportation effort in history. But with all of that,
Oh, shit,
with
that's
all of
cool.
that, we've got ourselves a problem. When you have 15 million people, many of these people are people that should not be allowed into our country. The way to what we're
Only the snake
the path along
on the
the
leg. Close to her woman.
a poor
business.
and frozen snake.
No way.
His pretty
30
colored
seconds.
skin had been all frosted with the dew. Poor thing.
You good? You straight?
I'll take you in, and I'll take care
Found
of you.
attachment.
Very
Found
innocent.
attachment.
Very innocent.
Found an
Take
attachment.
me in, oh tender woman.
Found
Take me in,
attachment.
for heaven's sake. Take me in, oh tender woman. Cried
Got that
the-
Chinese AK, bro.
He wrapped him up all cozy in a comforter of silk. and laid him by her fireside.
Thank you.
With
Some honey and some milk.
She hurried home from work that night.
Heads
and
up,
as soon
Juggernaut
as she
incoming.
arrived, she found the
Armored
police.
enemies
She
inbound.
took it in, her baby died. Take me in those tender
Armored enemies inbound. Armored target. Moving on your position.
Have to reload.
What happened?
Because there's a stand-up front row,
30
Judge.
seconds.
I can't believe it.
That's crazy.
And that play, it fell right in. Look at
Have
it.
to reload.
That's incredible. There's nobody more deserving of it than you guys. Because you guys are amazing. Thank you very much. This is number 127 for them. And I don't like to say it in front of them, but we have people that have actually come to board.
10 seconds.
Our wonderful women from North Carolina, right?
Yes,
Trying to figure out
sir.
their husbands, how they can handle it. But they seem to be handling it. She clutched him.
Enemy
two of
juggernaut.
them.
Get to cover.
You're so beautiful, she cried.
Brad.
Sniper
But
activity.
if I
Get to
hadn't
cover.
brought you in by
Serenity.
now,
No,
she stroked his
Bombers.
and kissed him, welcome back. But instead of saying, thank you, man, the snake
Armored
gave
enemies
her
inbound.
a vicious bite. Take me
You
in,
know,
oh,
tender woman, take me in for heaven's sake. Take me in, oh tender woman, by the vicious snake.
I
Save
saved
me from the woman. But positive. To the reptile with
I
a
don't
grin.
forget to save.
You knew damn well I was a snake before you took me in.
Now that's what we're going through right now. We're taking in snakes.
30 seconds.
We are taking in snakes.
Yeah, maybe this way gets you. We're taking in snakes. We got to smile about this. Look, if you don't have a little bit,
Where's my
you know,
Chinese
it's just
AK?
so
There it is.
crazy. There's not much to smile about, but we have to keep our chin up because what's happening to our country has never
10
happened
seconds.
before. Nothing like this has ever happened before.
Got an attachment here.
There's a gentleman named Sean Hannity. He goes on every night. He says, a good man. He says, 100%
Enemies go inbound. Eyes
certain
up.
that you're going to have massive attacks and big
Armored
problems.
target. Moving on your
And I
position.
have to agree with him. And you know, I've been
Armored
right about
target.
everything.
Moving on your
They've
position.
been right about everything. I have to agree that it's going to be, we have to work very quickly.
Armored
But
target.
unfortunately, for
Moving on
7
your
months,
position.
and now we're looking for 2 months after that. You're not going to be working. In the world of politics, and they'll be saying what a wonderful thing it is that they're destroying our country. How anybody can say what they say is unbelievable. Not one more American life should be lost to migrant crime. When our President of the United States, we will demand justice for Lincoln.
Yes! Please!
We'll terminate every open border policy of the Biden administration.
Please!
Domestic deportation operation in American history. Larger than that by far of Dwight Eisenhower. You know, Eisenhower had a business plan with a peanut butter. And it's like the book. I did a great job with it. The book was terrible.
It was indeed.
By comparison to what it is now, is like a little tiny, a small percentage. Now, I mean, nobody's ever had to go through this. Nobody ever.
No, sir.
10
No
seconds.
one has been hurt by Joe Biden's migrant invasion more than our great African American and Hispanic American communities. You know that, right? Because they're taking your
Heads up,
jobs and they're
Juggernaut's
creating
incoming.
lots of problems. And you know
Armored
what also
target.
hurt?
Moving on your
People
position.
of Social Security, because your Social Security will be destroyed by the people coming in. There's too many of them. It's not sustainable. Joe Biden is costing you Medicare and he's costing you your Social Security. As sure as you're sitting there standing, look at the people. This is supposed to be a little thing for carriers. That is it. 30 of these people don't know if they're willing, you're going to win.
Birdie, 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 birdie.
They said, this is just a little rally for Bernie. That's not a little rally. I can't even see the end of the crowd. Get out of here, good man, get out of here. See, Joe Biden has repeatedly said African-American voters in the back is putting by granted millions and millions of vote permits taking this up. The African-American community, the Hispanic community are going to be the ones that suffer the most. And you know what else? Unions. Because unions are getting good, solid, high pay.
Yep.
And guess what's going to happen?
What's going to happen,
Unions
Mr.
are going to go
President?
out of business because people are owning trucking companies and carpenters and people that employ electricians, a lot of trades. I'm dealing with the Teamsters. They should endorse me. I don't know if they will or not. I know the Teamsters are going to vote for me. The Teamsters, the Teamsters that do the work. The head Teamsters, Sean and everybody, they're good men, they're good people. And I hope they're going to endorse Trump. I think it will be 3 decades before this happens. But if you look at the United Auto Workers, what they've done to their people is horrible. They want to do this all electric nonsense. The cars don't go far, they cost too much, and they're all made in China. And the head of the United Auto Workers never probably shook hands with the Republicans and destroyed. You know, Mexico has taken over a period of 30 years 34% of the automobile manufacturing business in our country. Think of it. Went to Mexico. China now is building a couple of massive plants where they're going to build the cars in Mexico and they're going to sell those cars into the United States.
Hell no.
Let me tell you something to China. If you're listening, President Xi, and you and I are friends, but he understands the way I deal.
Okay.
Big monster car manufacturing plants that you're building in Mexico right now, and you think you're going to get that, you're going to not hire Americans, and you're going to sell the cars to us.
Bombers, back.
Put a 100% tariff on every single car that comes across the line, and you're not going to be able to sell those cars. If I get elected, now if I don't get elected, it's going to be a bloodbath for the whole, that's going to be the least of it. It's going to be a bloodbath for the country. That'll be the least of it. But they're not going to sell those cars. They're building massive factories. A friend of mine, all he does is for the car manufacturing plants. He's the biggest in the world.
You heard all that?
Honestly, I joke about it. He can't walk across the street, and that way he's like Biden. But they're building a plant. He can do the greatest plants in the world. Right? That's what I'm curious about. I said, I'd like to see one of those plants recently. I said, I'd like to see, where can we go? Well, we have to travel to Mexico.
Wow.
Because that's where the big plants are building. China's building really big plants in Mexico, and Mexico's building. What about here? Well, we're building some smaller plants here. Can you believe it?
30 seconds.
Can you believe it?
Yes, Wills, can you believe that?
Cheers. Nice one.
That's crazy.
I have a feeling 100% tariff, they won't sell any cars.
10 seconds.
Yeah, for real. Yep.
Using American work.
Armor target. Moving on your position.
Grenades over here.
Armor target. Moving on your position.
Under fire.
The people that like me the most are the steel companies. But now I've been out for a little while, and guess
He's
what?
down.
The United States Steel. 50 years ago, we were the greatest company in the world. We sold to Japan. How do you like that? U.S. Steel owned and controlled by Japan. I wouldn't have allowed that. Hopefully they won't allow that. When I'm president, we will end the Biden betrayal of the African-American community. We will stop the theft of American jobs and protesting and all of the things. We have to protest. We have no choice. Today, people that protest get arrested. We never had that before. They can rip down Portland. They can rip down.
You hear that? Listen.
And they can do whatever the hell they want and nothing happens. If a Republican or a Christian frankly. And what's happening with the Catholics?
Have to
The
reload.
Catholics are under siege. Any Catholic that votes for this numbskull is crazy. Because you are being persecuted. You are being
Armored enemy
persecuted.
inbound.
I think more than anybody, but who the hell knows?
Armored enemy inbound.
We heard of Andrew Johnson, who was actually...
That's scary.
They say that he was persecuted more than anybody else.
Armored enemy inbound.
True.
So you could understand that
30 seconds.
nobody comes close to Trump. Now, even the wonderful historians, the fake historians they have to see it. You ever see these guys? Biden makes the State of the Union speech, one of the worst speeches anybody has ever heard. And at CNN they said that was one of the greatest speeches I've ever heard. That was one.
10 seconds.
That was one of the good MSDNC, a bunch of fakes. They go, that was one of the greatest speeches I've ever heard. You know that
Armored
CNN
enemy
Fuck.
inbound.
turned off. Here we are. We campaigned for years, and I obliterated my competition. And they
Armored
said,
target.
"Sir,
Moving on your position.
don't talk about these people that way. They're
Well, that's a...
Armored enemy inbound.
Who am I? How do you say this Biden? Sir, you shouldn't talk to them about that. One of the people said, they said, are you going to run against the president?
Oh, it's about Ron DeSantis.
I hear him talk, I hear him roll, I hear him low, we hit him high, we hit him in the middle, we hit him from on top, and we even came...
Get him from the back.
We hit this guy so hard, by the time he announced, nobody knew what the hell happened. They said, what happened to him? He's a shell of the man. But we had other people too. We have to hit hard. And the reason we have to hit hard is we have to win. We have to hit our enemies hard. We have to hit them and treat them with respect. But if they don't treat us with respect, we have to do things because our country's in trouble. We don't have the same country that we had 3 years ago.
Yep.
We were energy independent 3 years ago. Today we're making Venezuela oil. Think of it. We're making
Bombers,
Venezuela.
back, get back, get back, get back.
And we're not going to
Get back.
stand for it. We're going to turn this around. And we're going to turn it around fast. Somebody said, we really like this person or that because they can serve for 8 years. They should serve. I said, if it takes you more than a year to fix the problem, you have to do it. That was actually something. That was a political attack last year. They said, he would be 8 years. They said, if it takes you more than a year, we got the wrong guy. I said, if it takes you 8 years to set this thing up, you don't want to know the hell. So, that's my first term. We built the greatest economy. Think of it. In my first term, we built the greatest economy in the history of the world. We had the highest tax cut after Ronald Reagan didn't do anything even by comparison. We had the biggest regulation cuts and rising wages for citizens of every race, religion, color, and creed. We had a thing called no inflation. They like the idea of no inflation.
30
Under
seconds.
Biden, the cost of rent is up 30%, groceries are up 30%.
No way.
Everything is up. Chicken's up, bread is up, and I can't read this damn teleprompter.
Bro.
10 seconds.
Oh wait, he's gonna do...
This sucker is moving around.
Oh, he's gonna do the impression?
I have juggernauts. Watch it.
Like
Armored target.
reading
Moving on your position.
a moving track at a 35-mile-an-hour rate. I got all the television, and they want to say that. They'll say, what kind of speech are we that's funny. I was was asking Jim Jordan about it because he was commenting that
30
we have
seconds.
the largest crowds in the history of politics.
We
So
do, yeah, they do. There's like 40,000 people rally.
a place called Dayton, Ohio. Have you heard of it? If he came to Dayton,
Attachment team.
Ohio, honestly, JD, if he had 300 or 400 people in a ballroom, that
Oh,
would
JD Vance, yeah.
25 to 30,000
I remember him. He got elected 2 years
10
ago.
seconds.
20,000 people. We had 88,000 people show up in South Carolina. There was no venue. We had so we used the whole town. You ready? We used the whole town. The whole town was flooded.
Enter the AO.
And it
Get
was
the target.
unbelievable. And I said, you know,
Спасибо.
but nobody's ever had. We had one in Alabama. I call it the Moore Brooks State. The Moore Brooks got up.
Moving on your position.
And he hired, I believe it was either Mitt Romney or John McCain, Spanish campaign. But before that, he asked me for an endorsement. I gave it to him. He said, a 54-point lead. Then he called me and said, I'd like to do a what happened to Mo? So he gets up. I said, you don't need a rally. You got a 54. Let me do rallies for people that need it. Sir, I'd like to have a rally. You have a 54-point lead. It's Alabama where I won it by 45 points, okay? I love Alabama, but they understand we don't have to be there. We have to be in places that are a little closer than that. Although I happen to think we won most of the country, you want to know the truth.
Yes.
If the voting were real,
10 seconds.
I actually think we won most of the country. I actually think we got a lot of Ohio's all over the place that you won't really recognize. But Mo Brooks got up. He said, sir, I'd really appreciate
Enemy
it.
helo coming
And
in
we
hot.
went to the state fair. 68,000
target.
people showed
Moving
up
on your
at the
position.
state fair.
Yo, yo.
And an old guy came out. He looked like he was about 100.
On the target. Moving on your position.
You did something I never thought would happen. Alabama. He said, this is the state fair. And just you know, he said, I've been in this place for 60 years, 70 years, a long time. And you just told the attendance record of a man named Elvis Presley. And you know what? He said, you just told the man. But I never thought that would be possible. We had 68,000 people. So Mo Brooks gets up. And he says, let's forget about the election. The election was fine. Let's just forget. We had to get over the abuse. He got food. I was downstairs being interviewed by ABC 13. And what happened is I said, I couldn't hear anything. The place exploded. Boo, boo, boo. He took a
30 seconds.
54-point lead into that rally. And he reduced it to he was losing by 20 by the end of the night. He dropped 74 points. And we have a very wonderful senator. I endorsed her the following morning, Katie Britt. She was doing a good job. Who liked the job she did the other night? I thought she
10
did a
seconds.
very nice job.
True.
Liberals didn't like it very much. But I thought she did a very nice job. But we have another senator now.
The fuck?
Because people don't want to hear
Juggernauts. Watch it.
bullshit. They don't want to hear it. They want a country that's
Armored enemies
run
inbound.
correctly, that's run properly, and they want fair elections, and they want borders. They have to have borders. If
Armored
they don't have
enemies
borders,
inbound.
you don't have a country. But if you don't have fair elections, you don't. And now everybody answer it more and more to fake news. They should be the police of our country. Because if they weren't legit, they were, you know, the biggest problem I have with them is the things that they do. They care until we don't do. They did not talk about the border. They didn't talk about the fact that our country is at the border. It's what they don't say that's a problem. And they don't say a lot. And what they do say is things. So other than that, I think that's it. Great job, Dallas. Don't let these suckers win. We will throw out the Bidenomics and we will reinstate a thing called
30 seconds.
Maganomics.
Maganomics. Crooked Joe Biden and his socialist thugs are looting trillions and trillions of dollars from the American people and giving it to radical left lunatics and friends. But Biden's reign of plunder and terror stops today. I take the oath of office.
Oh yeah.
The working American taxpayer will once again have a friend and a fighter and a champion in the White House. Biden's socialist spending, his socialist spending is really what's happening is his Social Security is going to be
Get back, those bombs.
They never say it.
Enemy sniper's active.
You will
Be
not be
advised.
able to have Social Security with this guy in office because
Told you.
of the economics of our country. And that includes Medicare, by the way. And American seniors are going to be in big trouble. I made a promise that I will always keep Social Security, Medicare. We always will keep it. We won't be cutting it. We have liquid gold under the ground. We'll be drilling like a son of a gun. But we're leaving you Social Security left. They won't. And they can't break that pledge. Because their economic theory is so good. Because they're taking in millions and millions of people in this country. And they're spending, you know, I look at New York, and New York is very low in money for years.
Yeah.
Very, very low. And a lot of people want to leave because of the lawfare that's going. A lot of companies are leaving because they don't want to get caught up into the crap that I got caught up into, where they go after you for no reason whatsoever. No victim, no this, no that. They let violent criminals roam the streets, roam in the subways, but they go after Trump all the time.
Wow.
And people get tired of it. People, companies don't want to be subject to that. But if you take a look at all of the things that are happening, the money, the billions and billions of dollars, and I say, where did they get this money?
Facts. What did?
The same thing.
I don't forget.
Gavin Newsom.
Watch it.
Does anyone ever?
Armored enemies
Gavin
inbound.
Newsom.
Armored target.
SCU,
Moving on your position.
No, Gavin Newsom. This guy, he's always talking about California is so good. They need to support the people of money out.
Moving on your
I have
position.
property there. I love California. One of the most beautiful places. They're destroying California. This guy is a horrible, horrible governor. In a certain way, I'd like him to run. I just think it would be it's like, he's done such a bad job. But you look at what Democrats have done. Look at Illinois. I don't know how it continues yet. This guy Pritzker, I don't know, he's too busy eating. He wants to eat all the time. Would you like a hamburger? How many do you want? 5? I'll have 5 burgers, please. You go to his office. Would you like a hamburger?
30
Yeah.
seconds.
Okay, I'll have 5 burgers, please. Who the hell orders 5 burgers? Our country can't go through it, and we're not going to go through it much longer. You know, we play the song, you know, that Hold On, I'm Coming. Do we like it?
Hey!
10 seconds.
Okay, you had the Rolling Stone song, which we liked. That was
YMCA,
you know
YMCA.
that song, right? You can't always get what you want.
What is this?
Watch it.
But it was a good song, right? It makes no sense. You can't
Armored
always
enemies
get.
inbound.
I say no, they're talking about the Democrats. I said the Democrats can't always get what they want. So that way I actually say it. But it's just like old boys the Sam and Dave. Who likes the second better? Hold on, I'm
Enemies
coming.
inbound.
Do you like it better? Do you like it better? Yeah, most of it.
Come on,
That's pretty much a good memory of all that. So no wonder, it's really no wonder that Joe Biden is stuck. I'm so desperate to stop us, they only know. And you remember that we're the only ones that they know this is your stuff. If this election, I'm not sure that we'll ever have another election in this country. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
I don't think you're going to have another election in this country. We don't win this election. I don't think you're going to have another election. But certainly not an election this year. And we got to get out of it. I actually say that the date, remember this, November 5th, I believe is going to be the
30
most
seconds.
important date in the history of our country.
It was worth the wait.
I believe that.
It's worth the wait.
This country is weaponizing law enforcement for high-level election interference against Biden's top political opponent. Never happened. We're not going to let it happen. We're not going to let it happen. I'll tell you what, my numbers are much higher than they would have been had these idiots. Just I have like deranged Jack Smith.
No.
Somebody said, "Why do you call him
Enemy helo coming
deranged?"
in
I
hot.
said, "Because I like
Armored
deranged
enemies
kids."
inbound.
Bombers.
They said, "Well, why don't you be nice to him? Because if you were nice to him, he'd be much worse." He's a
I told you get back.
They're all bad people.
Let's go.
They want to destroy our country, and we're not going to let it happen. We're not going to let it happen. All of the persecution is only happening because I'm running for president and leaving on the top. If I wasn't running, I would have to be back. I got invited more than Al Capone. Does anybody know who Al Capone is? Alphonse Capone.
Yes, I do know him. Great next.
No, he used to kill people who didn't like their company as dinner. He'd kill them.
Reloading.
He got indicted last night. Looking down and my mother was such a beautiful woman. And she's looking down with my father and she's saying, how the hell did our boy get 4 indicted? And not only that, all these other cases like
Bonnie!
it spells panty. It spells panty like your ass, right there. Well, when she became DA, she decided to add a little French in his panty. Bonnie.
Bonnie's like an acid.
You know, Bonnie and
Have to reload.
Mr. and Mrs. Wade. His wife did not appreciate it. His wife didn't appreciate it. Can you imagine these two people trying to take down a very popular, I'm a very popular president. I mean,
He is.
yes, I got more votes than any sitting president in this year. We have these two
Enemy
lowlifes
juggernaut. Get to cover.
trying to take down a president of the United States. But
Armored
they're
enemies inbound.
equally bad. They went after these people. They wanted to make it 40
Are you gonna
years.
what bombers?
They had some senators, these guys know very well, who were indicted,
Very kind of you.
and somebody stopped it. And they wanted to find out what the hell is going on in Georgia. What's going on with the elections that it's so crazy? Got indicted for that.
Back to the fight.
Think of it, United States senators.
Target. Moving on your position.
People in Rhode and they were sent here by the Department of Justice. This isn't a local business. This is they would go into Washington, D.C. and have meetings that lasted for 8 hours with the Justice Department in the White House. So it's all coming in from the drug politics. It's all coming in from Vice. The same thing with Lisa James from New York.
Oh, fuck no.
Fighting,
I'm not political. I'm not political at all. And then you have Bragg.
My
the
bad.
DA. So in the DA's
30
office,
seconds.
they didn't trust Bragg, so they took their top person from the DOJ, his name is Colangelo, and they took him and they put him in the DA of Manhattan's office.
Ain't no way. No fucking way.
Other than that, I'm having a lot of fun. Having a lot of fun. You know, it's like an unbelievable situation. But I think with time, it's become so discredited, don't you think, Jim? It's become, actually, Jim Jordan had hearings on Bragg. And how did they
Heads
turn
up,
out?
Juggernaut
That was what a
incoming.
mess. What a
I'm in
disgrace.
the area. Hunt them down.
47, that's the number.
Latest ever
Get back,
Armored enemies
bombers.
inbound.
General election.
Get back.
I'm up
Bombers, get back.
here in Ohio, and another poll about 14 points. And in another one, we're up 17 points. I only read polls when they get, by the way. Nationwide, we're leading in every single state against the lawsuits in the lost margin and levels of justice. Joe Biden won against Barack Hussein Obama. Has anyone ever heard of it?
No way.
Hussein Obama. Or as Rush Limbaugh would say, Barack Hussein. But he was, Dickerson. Every swing state, every other state will get killed. You think that's an honor?
No, sir.
We better straighten out our elections. We better get smart. Because the people of the country are not going to take it. We're not going to take it.
No,
We're
sir.
not going to take it any longer. The radical left Democrats rigged the presidential election in 2020, and
It's almost over.
to allow them to
Rig the presidential election in 2024.
Not going to allow it to happen.
No, sir.
10 seconds.
Every time
The radical left Democrats, fascists, communists, and fascists indict me. I consider it a great badge of honor.
Great badge of honor. Because
Heads
I'm
up,
being
Juggernaut
indicted to
incoming.
you. Never forget. Our enemies want to take away my freedom because I will never let them take away your freedom. That's what this is all about. They want to silence me because I will never let them silence you. And in the end,
They're not after me, they're after you. I just happen to be standing in their way.
Changing.
Is he playing music?
But if you want to keep the radical left
I don't
Democrats,
forget
you
faith.
first have to get out. You have to vote. I vote for Bernie Moreno. He's a great guy.
I don't forget faith.
They're doing a number.
Preparing
Yeah, I didn't think
explosive.
I'd say this because, you know, they're doing a number on him just like they've done on everybody else.
Finally.
That's all they do. Disinformation and misinformation.
Throwing
They're
stuff.
masters at it. They lie, they cheat. These people, they lie, they cheat, they make up fake stories like Russia, Russia, Russia. You know, they made up the Russia, Russia, Russia story. Then I
30
won that.
seconds.
No collusion. After 18 angry Democrats said there was no collusion. They didn't have anything.
No,
It was
sir.
millions of phone calls, not one call to Russia. It was a fake deal made up by crooked Hillary for losing. I
True?
don't call it crooked anymore. I've reversed it, right?
Yeah,
So
right.
it was made up by Hillary Clinton, and how about
10
this guy? He may end up being a United States Senator, right? Shifty Adam Schiff. Think
Oh my god, boo.
Enemy Juggernaut,
Fuck
get the
shit.
cover.
This is one of the most dishonest things ever. He made up my conversation that I had with the president of Ukraine.
Moving on your position.
The conversation. He said there were 7 times people. Remember that? 7 times. Now, think of it. That means you threatened somebody 7 times. I want money. I want this.
Come on.
And then you say, again, I want money. And then spoke to the guy. He would think I'm a total lunatic. Okay? But he said,
Moving on your position.
and he made the speech in Congress that said, dude, I'll sue this guy. In other words, you can't sue any congressman because they have total immunity. They say they can say whatever they want in Congress. But here's what they didn't know. The phone call, because it was a White House call, for some reason it happened to be on tape. So I let them go more and more, still got louder and louder, then you release the tape. And Nancy Pelosi, who's bathed your sleeves, by the way, you're bathed your sleeves. Nancy Pelosi, she said to her people, what the hell did you get me into? You hear this call? He didn't do any of this stuff. And you know what they said? Let's just pretend he did and keep going forward. That's how that whole thing went. So she knew it was
30
false
seconds.
because she heard it. But I will tell you this. After the story, and then after that they heard the tape, they died. They didn't know that phone call was taped.
Sure.
That was one good case of a phone call being taped.
Really?
They were taped and they got caught. And you know what they do? They took 2 weeks off and then they said Ukraine.
seconds.
They went into a new scandal.
I know.
They do it. These are bad people. These are sick people. And they're doing it here, too. They're doing it to a very good man, and we can't let it happen. I
Enemy
said
low
on the
inbound. Eyes
plane,
up.
I'm not going to talk about it. I won't talk about
Snipers
it.
in the AO.
But I didn't know I
Yes,
wouldn't have teleprompters. That's nothing else to talk about.
Armored enemies
To be
inbound.
honest, that's nothing else to talk about. But you have to remember, these are disinformation and misinformation. Slightly different. I won't go into this. And they're nasty. They're lying.
Enemies inbound.
And they make up stories about me, and they're saying about me, and I'm going along. I wouldn't tell you anybody else would around me, they wouldn't tell me. I think one good deal was good. It's those people that were running against me in the Republican primary, and they they would have come in with the same kind of stuff and they would have been heading up and they would have been able to handle it, I can promise you. Bernie is a political outsider who spent
30
his
seconds.
entire life building up Ohio communities. He's highly respected all over the country, and he's going to be a warrior in Washington. Bernie's strong on borders. He'll fight to crush the cartels that are flooding our towns and cities with fentanyl and deadly drugs. And we're going to stop that. We're going to get it stopped, and we're going to get it stopped. We're essentially at war. You know, I believe we lose 350,000, not 100. You know, they keep saying 100, 190, 100. I believe you're losing
Heads up, Juggernaut's incoming.
350,000 people a year.
I'm in your position.
No war.
Watch
You won't
flash.
lose that many of you.
Bombers, get back.
We're fighting a war in
Get back.
the time exists. And we're going to get it stopped. You know, I almost had it stopped, and then we had the damn election. I went to President Xi and he said, I'm not going to do anything with the keep sending fentanyl. It comes from China and it comes through Mexico. Sort of simple. But they're smart and they're, you know, not exactly, look, they're the enemy. They're the enemy. But it comes through Mexico. It's made in China. I said to President Xi, if you keep doing this, you're going to stop doing this, you're not going to $500 billion a year. And we had it down. Nobody ever loved China the way I did. No president. We never took in 10 cents. I took in $440 billion from China. They were not exactly unhappy with that election. But I said to President Xi, why haven't you ever listened to me other than he likes China and I love the United States. And I said, you can't do this. You can't do this. With what you're doing, sending fentanyl. I mean, you're going to continue to do it. We're not going to trade with you, and we're going to give you the highest tariffs of any country anywhere in the world. And it's going to be effective immediately. He says, no, you don't have to do that. We will put maximum penalty on the people that are making the fentanyl. I said, I know what your maximum penalty is, and you do too. Does that mean the death penalty? Yes. We will give them the death penalty if they send fentanyl into the United States. And that was all done, and it was all set to go into effect. And then we had a thing called the rigged election, and it never got done because when Biden came in, he can't talk that way to China because they've given him a lot of money. They've given him a lot of money. You ever notice how timid he is with China? The reason he's timid is because they know much about him that you'll never know. He's a Manchurian candidate. He's a Manchurian candidate. They know things about him that you'll never know unless they wanted to do it. So all of a sudden we have a very weak president of China. But I exposed China, and I'm very proud to have done it. Bernie will vote to save the American oil industry. We're working hard to save you and everybody else is working on it because our auto industry is going to be dead.
Thank God I'm moving on.
The head of the United Auto Workers, what the deal he made is so crazy. It's so bad. Short term, 2 years, but you're not going to have any cars being made here anymore. They're all going. For him to allow.
Ain't no way you're gonna fire an RPG at my ass.
On cars that just don't go far. If I want to drive to Washington, D.C. from Dayton, I have to stop 4 times.
Damn.
If you want to drive
10
on
seconds.
Tank of gasoline, you can drive there. It's not going to be acceptable. People aren't going to have it. You can't build that number of chargers. You know, the charging booths. If you are going to build the charging booths that are necessary, are going to be immediately bankrupt because we'll cost trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars. And by the way, I'm looking at you can have electric cars if you want, but you also have to have other forms of movement. You have to have other forms. You have to be able to have gasoline. We have more gasoline and more oil and gas than any country in the world. You know, we have more than Russia, we have more than Saudi Arabia, and we're not allowed to use it. And you know that this guy is now getting his oil from Venezuela. Venezuela, this guy is running Venezuela, call him a dictator, call him what you want. He's going to be the richest guy in the world. He's got all of his criminals leaving. A lot of people, he's going to end up with Venezuela and about 50 cents in the United States under a very stupid president buying their oil. We're buying oil from Venezuela. You know where it's, you know where they purify the
It's
oil?
tar,
That's where they refine it. So they take out the oil, and Venezuela has better their tar, which is a very low level. And you have to heat it, and if you're a big environmentalist, we do it in Houston, Texas. So we take it
30
out
seconds.
there, and think of it.
Very kind of
If you believe in this, like a lot of people do, and I'm okay with it, those fumes are leaving the United States.
No
The only
way.
refinery that could do that oil, the tar, it's not even oil.
The
The
tar.
only refinery that can do it happens to be in Houston, and it's not.
Trump
Britain.
2024, bro.
That's where we are now. Bernie will be tough in China, ferocious on crime.
Hell
He'll be
yeah.
great on election integrity. He wants to get wokeness out of our military. We have a somewhat.
juggernaut. Get to cover.
Don't worry too much about it. I watched our military knock out ISIS.
Enemy
And I did it in
cover.
4 weeks. I knocked out ISIS in 4 weeks and finished it in 4 to 5 years. We have great generals, we have great military. They're going to be okay. On top is woke. How about the change? I get out. How about the changing of
Armor
the
target.
name?
Moving on your
He
position.
wants Footbrand as an example. You know, the people in the area are going crazy. They changed the name of Footbrand. They changed the name of Footbrand.
They changed it before Cancel culture. Oh, cancel culture.
Essentially, from those forces, they wanted to win.
What Bannon, bro? What the...
We fight just to fight because we have stupid things like that.
They want to change it over to the competitive.
Terrible thing, but Bernie will not let the radical left Democrats raise the taxes. They want to raise the taxes before. And the tax cuts that I got you, the biggest tax cuts in history, they expire soon.
No, I got the most dough.
30
What the
seconds.
Don't want to renew them. That will go down as the biggest tax increase in the history of our country. And it's going to be very bad. But JD and Bernie and all of us, and we have a lot of good people in the Senate. We have great people in the House. And we're not going to let it happen, Jim. Is that right? We're not going to let it
10
happen.
seconds.
So Bernie's running against a weak rhino named Matt Dolan. Now, here's what I know about Matt. I don't know.
Kilo incoming.
He's trying to become the next Mitt Romney. I think Mitt
Oh,
Romney
shit.
is his hero.
Get back.
Matt Dolan once ran for office as a Democrat, and he's easily pushed around by the woke left lunatics who renamed his family's baseball team. Now think of this. You know, I happen to like baseball, I like sports, and I like tradition. So, you have a team called the
Armor target.
Cleveland Indians.
Moving on your position.
Yep.
Thanks very much.
And they took the name Cleveland and made it They're trying to the Trust Fund. Cleveland Indians. My answer is anybody that changes the name of the Cleveland Indians to the Cleveland Guardians should not
Now he's actually talking about cancel culture.
Okay, ready? Who wants
down
to see
for
the
it.
name changed to the way they did it to the Guardians? Who wants the Guardians?
Yeah, no.
Now, who wants to keep
10
it the
seconds.
Cleveland Indians?
Yeah. Can I kick the host player?
That wasn't too tough, right?
Wait.
So,
Yo. Who are you kicking?
I have juggernauts. Watch it.
What's he doing?
Snipers in the AO. He has the target.
Oh shit.
Armor target. Moving on your position.
Hey, bro, you here? Oh shit. Who are you trying to kill? Oh, shit. I don't know. Someone's hacking there, I guess. We got two juggernauts inbound.
Enemy dead.
Hey. Look behind you, got two juggernauts. Oh my god, it's game, bro, it's game.
Inflation. It's
GG's though.
the biggest reason for inflation. Now he's drilling like crazy.
Yes,
You know
sir.
why? Because it was up to $7.